How to use subtasks in Jira. Hey everyone, welcome. I hope you are all doing great. In this video, I'll be talking about everything that you need to know when it comes to subtasks with Jira. So there are going to be two things that you need to know when it comes to using Jira, and it's all about the type of view that you're using when you want to create a subtask. Now, in the Kanban view, it's going to be very simple and obvious on how to create it. But then we have the other views where it's going to be a little bit more complex when you actually want to use your subtasks and make them a little bit more functional. So we will be creating a project with both sort of views. So I'm just going to go ahead and actually go ahead and create a project. I'm just going to go ahead, click on create project. I'll just do the first one here. I'm just going to give it a name, testing. And I'm just going to go ahead and create project. So in here we have the Kanban view, and when we need to create a task, we can just go ahead and click on create. And here we obviously would want to select the type of task or issue that we would want to have. Because it's the Kanban view, we only have the task type. But if you click on manage types, it's also going to show you that there's the subtask type. So we can actually go ahead and see that this also exists, but you can see that we cannot actually choose it when we want to create a task here. This is because you can't really just make a subtask the main task. So you will need to obviously create a task first in order to create a subtask very easily. So we would want to create a task first, the parent task. So we would want to just name it, for example, write a script for the YouTube video, for example, and we would want to just go ahead and create it. Now, if you click on it, we can actually just go ahead and see all the other stuff here that we can do. Just feel free to assign all of the people that you want to assign it to. If you want to have due dates and all of those things, it's not going to really affect what we are trying to do. But what we want to actually do is after we click on the actual project, so just make sure you click on it, you will have add a child issue. Now a child issue is going to be a subtask. So we can just go ahead and click on it, and you can see the child issue type is automatically subtask, because subtask is a category in it of itself. So it's going to basically have a sort of function that does not work like the rest of the types of issues that we have. Like I said, it's a lot easier with the Kanban view because, as you can see, we have simply added a subtask very easily. So we can just go ahead and do, for example, write the introduction, create. And then we can also create another one, write the outro, whatever it may be that you wanted to do. Click on create, and now you have these two subtasks basically. Now, if we just exit out of here, you can see that we have the button to show the subtasks. So we can actually go ahead and also assign these subtasks to other people. So for example, if you have one task, but you have it so that multiple people work on that task and everyone has a specific thing to do, you can create subtasks for that and assign each subtask to that individual. So in here, we can actually again see the types of subtasks that we have in here, and you can see that it moves also with the parent task itself. Now, here's something that's very interesting. As you can see, if we drag and drop, it's going to just go ahead and move on with the actual parent task, like we said. But let's say person number one finished the introduction part of the script and they have finished this first subtask. I don't know why I keep just saying substack. Anyway, so let's say they have finished this first subtask. They can just go ahead and click on it. They can just go ahead, click on the top right and move it to done. and they can actually just feel free to attach the file to it as well. And now if we just exit out of here, you can see that we have the parent task, and it's going to show us the progress of the actual subtasks that need to be done. So for example, if this one is also done, and also if you want to attach another file, it's up to you, and you just finish that, you can see that it is 100% done, and you can just feel free to move it. So this way it's going to be much easier for you to track the progress of the actual task. So it could be also used for this type of with larger projects, you just want to see the progress of each subtask. You can just do so using the Kanban view. It's just going to be much easier. So I have just created this other project. Let's say we have this type of project now. So we would want to click on create, obviously, and then we would want to select the actual project. This is just a test. I'm just going to keep it as that. And now when it comes to the issue type, again, you cannot really find a subtask because it's not a part of these sort of category. It's its own category. Let me just show you so it's a lot easier for you. If we go to settings, if we go to types of issues, we can see the issue types, name, and all of those things. And we can see if we just scroll down a little bit, you can see that it is actually just its own sort of category, and function, and all of those things is going to be completely by itself. This is why we have an actual section dedicated to subtasks. If we just click on that, you can see that we have a entire section just for subtasks, and we can actually create multiple. So if we just go back to our project real quick, and we would want to go ahead and click on create, we would want to just select, for example, task and all of those things. Here, just a summary, and create. So what you would want to do, if we just go to the board view here, we can see we have this tasks here now. So for example, let's say we want to actually just click on it and create a subtask. It's going to be pretty much almost the same. You can see right here we have the option to create subtask. Obviously, after we assign and everything we have here, we can just simply click on create subtask. And then we would want to, obviously, if you have multiple and we have just added more subtasks or types of it, you can obviously choose it. So we would want to just do example 1, 2, and we want to add 3, and maybe even 4. Okay, so you can add as many subtasks as you want to this parent task. Again, you can just feel free to actually set up an assignee for this specific subtask and priority and all of those things. And we can actually go ahead and see them here. So we can see the actual task, and then we have example 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now we can actually just feel free to move the actual subtask to the right. For example, let's say example 1 is done, so we can actually go ahead and click on done, and we would want to make sure this is done and click on mark as done. And you can see this time we can actually go ahead and move it, so we can just move this other one and the rest of them as well. And when you are done with all of this, so for example, you are done with all the subtasks, as you can see here, this is also done. So it's going to give us this message when we're done with all of the subtasks. All subtasks for parent issue, which is the name of the actual task, are now complete. Do you want to update this parent issue to match? So this is how you can actually just, go through them step by step and ensure that every single subtask is done. Therefore, the parent task is also done. So this is pretty much how to use subtasks in Jira. You can't really just create them out of thin air. They need to be, or they need to have a parent task in order to use them. And with that, you can create multiple types of ideas when it comes to subtasks. Assign them to different people, and when they're done, all of them, this parent task should be moved by itself. If it's a Kanban view, it's just going to give us a better view of the entire task and how much progress has been done for that specific one. So this is pretty much all I have for you in this video. I hope that you have found this to be helpful, and thanks for watching.